All right, we're ready. We're going. What up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Ginn Podcast. This is your host, Gilbert Sanchez. If you're new here, I appreciate you. If you're familiar with the podcast platform, thank you for coming back. On this podcast platform, we go around San Antonio just interviewing entrepreneurs, interviewing business owners, interviewing other content creators, other platforms. And today we got a special one. Just because I was going to save this for the ending, but I might as well just say it for right now. When I first started out, it was a grind for sure. And came to a point where I just was on in my head, I just was on a level that it just was so dope to see at the time, like other people coming into the game. Now in my eyes, he's putting out content that I truly admire, that I truly find an inspiration. So having him on this platform, having him on this, just talking to him in general, because I know the last time we talked, it was free flowing. It was, I'm not even sure if we answered any of his questions or if he had questions, but yeah, hopefully we can take a deep dive into this guy's life, because I got a bunch of good questions that I definitely want to ask. Another Gilbert. What up, man?
What's up, man? Gilbert, I'm the G right here, right?
Yeah, how you doing?
Good, man, good. Thank you for having me, bro. You could have had anybody else, but I really do appreciate you.
First and foremost, I like to do a little icebreaker. You smell fucking amazing, dog.
Thank you, bro.
I don't want
to. For you, dude. You know what I'm saying? I do that nice and fresh. Look, here's the thing for me. Something growing up, like, anywhere we would go, my dad would make it point, like, hey, you go out anywhere.
Yeah.
You don't know who you're gonna walk into or bump into. Make sure you take a shower at te bañas and you smell good, dude, because you don't know. You walk over, you're like, man, dude, that guy stinks. I'm always smelling good. Everybody, and my wife says it to this day. That's how I got my wife, dude, because she knows every time, dude. Like, I smell good when I get out of the shower, before I go to bed. Like,
would you put on cologne before you go to bed?
You better believe it, dude. I got some. Look, I'm not gonna lie to you, dude. I do have some feminine things. Like after the shower, I put some cream on.
That's not feminine.
Make sure I put some stuff on my beard. Spray myself with cologne. I was like, man, bro, I'm going.
Wait, okay. Seriously, cologne at night.
At night.
Yeah, that's new for me.
Look, here's the thing. I put it, and here's something I found out. So if you don't know this, Vaseline, that's just plain Vaseline. I put some Vaseline here on my neck before I go to bed. Spray some cologne in the morning when you wake up before you go to work. You smell it. Still spray myself again, but once I start sweating, it starts to come out on your pores. Just a little kicker there.
Okay.
This is how you know. That's because sometimes people are like, bro, what happened, dude? I thought I sprayed like 30,000 sprays, dude.
Okay. This brings up a good question, because I've always wondered this. So I used to wear cologne. I don't wear it as much now, but I used to wear cologne damn near every day.
Yeah.
What's your spray routine? Where do you spray it? How many sprays? What's that look like?
Man, I don't do none of those. Like, you see those guys, you guys do right here.
Yeah.
I don't do none of that. What I do is I put one spray here, one spray here.
Okay.
Then I spray some on my hand. No shirt on. Spray some on my hand, put it on my chest. Put it on my chest. I can smell it, but then I put like maybe one or two here on the shirt. That way, by the time like it's already saturated on my skin and on the shirt, like you walk by and that's when you get the hit. Like, bro, you smell good, dude. I'm the same way when I go to the gym,
dude.
Like, I'm the type of dude who I'm gonna get home and if mom's a little butter crust, whatever it is from work, or time to get in that shower. Put cream on, put some cologne on. Dude, I hate, that's a pet peeve of mine, bro. You're a dude. Some good hygiene, dude.
Okay, I'm not.
Squats, woo.
I'm not like that, but I can't see myself putting on that much cologne, dude. No, dude. Like, okay, my whole thing was one on the both wrists, and then 1, 2, 3, and then that was it. I think it's you smell good.
Thank you,
off
bro.
the chain.
Appreciate it.
But do you ever think it's just too excessive?
Man, dude, honestly, sometimes I feel that way.
Okay.
Like today, I mean, I was at the gym and I think I oversprayed because I had like 2 dudes come up to me like, hey, bro, what is that you're wearing? I'm like, man, I see this guy every day. He never comes up to me. So I'm like, I think I sprayed a little bit too much. You know what I mean? It's like, am I walking into Macy's right now? Sometimes I feel like it could be excessive, right? Sometimes because there are some dudes that are at the gym like, come on.
Like the Axe people back in the days.
Dude.
Yeah, like the Axe people. Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. There's still some Axe dudes out there. I go inside of the locker room, like, bro, what are we, 16 years old again? Like, dude, what are you doing? Like, it doesn't smell good. Like, if you're trying to, get a girl here at the gym, like, that's not going to work. Stop doing that.
Hilarious, dude. Well, we went off a fucking side tangent for a couple minutes, but another thing I want to get into that we talked off air, and I'll just get into it right away. Your dad, big as fuck.
Yeah, dude.
Bodybuilder? What
No,
was,
he's not a bodybuilder, dude. He's just been a big dude ever since he was younger.
but he's not like, and I'm saying this because it's for me, the first time seeing him, he was a suggested friend on Facebook, just because I have him on Facebook.
Yeah.
And side view of him, fucking forearms, full arm, like you could just see anything
He's
from
a big
that.
boy.
I think he,
Yeah.
just in that polo he was wearing. I think it's like a green polo. This is getting weird because I'm not, but I just seen it the other day. But he was just, But yeah, go ahead. Like always been like that, just big dude.
No,
or-
he's always been like that, dude. He's 5'10". Like I said, right now, you think he's. I mean, right now he's always been big, right? But there's been a point where he got to where he was bigger, right? Would I say he did competition? No, he just likes that look, right? I mean, obviously my mom likes that look because she's doing it for so many years, right? So, yeah, my dad's just a big dude, right? My wife doesn't like that look. Like right now, like how I look right now, because my wife, I like my wife when she sees me without a shirt or she sees how I'm looking in the gym now. Like, I tell my wife, man, you didn't look at me like that a year and a half ago. Well, I mean, it's because you're 235 pounds. It's like, okay, I get it, because you're a brand new man, dude. 80 pounds gone. It's like,
damn, 80 pounds?
80 pounds.
When we did our podcast, where were you at? I think it was like 70, right?
70,
so it's been a little bit more.
Yeah, so I lost another 10. So I'm happy where I'm at right now.
That's
right now,
crazy.
I did a weigh-in, so I'm at 171, 72, 235. I say 235, ish.
Yeah.
When it was really like 237.
Well, hey, those 2 pounds count.
You know what I mean? They count. I was just saying they were my shoes,
Yeah. Fuck, I was gonna say something. Oh, you're what are you doing, like diet wise, or like what do you think your biggest success was, like from the weight loss?
Man, dude.
Like how to do it, or what are you doing basically?
I mean, the thing is for me, like I was and still am a little bit huge snacker. And then what I did do is kind of change everything, like eating wise, like because before, I mean, I was eating good.
Yeah.
Wasn't going to the gym as much. Just go maybe 1 day, 2 days, and then miss out like 3 weeks, go back again. I wasn't consistent.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't until when I tried to put on a shirt, like one of my favorite shirts on, and I couldn't even button it. And I was like, all right, I think we're getting a little excessive. Nobody know. I mean, you couldn't really tell. The thing is, because I was wearing extra large shirts. But in my face, you could see it.
Yeah.
I know I showed you a picture, like face was rounder. I think I got to that point, and then I started watching podcasts when I was in the other studio, and I could just see it, dude. Like the shirts, like I'm constantly like, I could see like
they're yelling for help,
dude. I'm like, man, dude. So I made that conscious decision. I didn't tell my wife I was gonna do it. I just started doing it, and then slowly but surely she started to notice it. And then I started including. I think for me, the biggest success for me in this whole process is intermittent fasting, right? Actually knowing what intermittent fasting is, calorie deficit, where I'm at, where I want to be at, how many calories I need to be taking in, how many I need to be burning. That's literally what I'm doing right now. I mean, right now I'm eating anywhere between like 1,500 to 1,800 calories.
Insane, dude. Cannot be me.
That's where I'm eating at right now. So like right now, before we got here, I kind of splurged a little bit. I had a burrito with asada, with all the vegetables inside.
Fuck, dude, where at?
No side. So I got it from my boys, Taquitos El Jefe. If you haven't been there, bro, you need to check it out. They're good. Got that side of my Coke Zero. And then I splurged. And now, dude, Quest is like my go-to for sweets, because I'm a sweet tooth guy, big time. So I eat a protein bar. That's it for the day.
Yeah.
For today. That's
so
it.
Just one meal.
One meal for today, because I knew I was gonna come, because we said 7.
What time did you eat? I'm sorry, I'm asking too personal.
No, it's okay. So I left the gym. I got to the gym like around 2:40ish. Left there around 4:30.
Dude, so you didn't eat at all this morning?
No, so I fast for about 16 to 18 hours.
Oh my God, bro.
Yeah.
I wake up starving. So even she wakes up starving. Maybe it's because of the shit that we eat, but we've been on maybe for like coming up on maybe close to like 8 months now. We've been just strictly whole foods.
Really?
Yeah, but I I can't see myself eating 2,000 calories or whatever. I think it's just too low for me.
And
Yeah,
it could be, man. I'm just gonna be
but
honest, dude.
but you fucking made it's a huge difference. That's
Yeah,
80 pounds. So
yeah,
something's fucking working.
yeah,
And I mean, the
yeah.
intermittent
And the
fasting
thing is,
is
man, I feel good because I did the whole BMI thing or whatever it is,
yeah,
right? I put 20 pounds of muscle, lost a bunch of weight. I was wearing extra large,
yeah,
size 36 pants. Right now I'm back down to like 32 to 31s, smalls and some tees, mediums, back to mediums where I was at. I feel good, dude. Like my
yeah.
sleep's a lot better. Like everything's a lot better. My focus at where everything is like completely better. But the intermittent fasting, dude, for me is like that's what really helps me a lot because it puts my body in a ketosis state.
Hmm. Yeah.
Once you get there,
A little
that's it,
easier.
dude. You start going.
Yeah. How did your how did your dad like feel about that? Like how did you like did he see you like constantly going or consistently going to the
Well,
gym, or was there even a conversation or
well, because I know when so nobody knows this, right? But my very first job that I ever got was at Gold's Gym.
mm,
That
didn't
was
know
my
that.
first job,
Where at?
right there on Southwest Military Drive on the south side.
Uh where
So
True Fit is now.
where True Fit's at.
Yeah, yeah, I got you.
So right out of high school, I waited about 3-4 months. I was already going to the gym, right, with my dad. That was his gym for like the longest time.
Mhm.
He started talking to some people. He made friends. They got me the job there, maintenance, cleaning, stuff like that. Um, I would go in, work out, then work, and I started to make an initiative. Okay, I'm gonna start working out. Started working out, whatever the case is. Working out for me is like that. It's within us, right? My other brother Gil, shout out to my brother Gil. Um, he's a he works out as well. He's a big boy too, dude. Like
Y'all
he's
some
just
big
big, dude.
motherfuckers.
He's
Yeah.
a big boy, like
Yeah,
big, and he's younger than I am, right? So it's within us. But like even my dad, like he's noticed it, like right, he noticed it. You know, sometimes he picks on me, like whatever, like, hey man, that shirt looks a little too tight, right? Because it's like tight
yeah,
around
yeah.
my arms, right? My wife would be like, no, it fits you perfect, babe. Fits you like real good. Fits you real good. But you know, he's told me like, man, you look good, Mijo. He goes, the thing is like you're getting to a point to where, and even I'm saying like I acknowledge it too, like where he, oof, be careful because you know diabetes. You're Hispanic, Latino. You don't want to get diabetes
Yeah.
at 32 years old, right? So, um, I made that conscious decision. I wanted to make sure at 33, my Jesus year this year is coming up. I turned 33. I want to make sure I look 26, not you know,
Yeah.
older than that. Because
We-
skin looks a lot better than what it was before. I was already getting like black under my eyes, dude. Like there's a lot of
Yeah.
stuff, dude. Like I was noticing that I wanted to change big
Yeah.
time, bro.
That's how I feel right now too. I've always had black under my eyes, but I think now it's just maybe because I'm getting older.
Yeah.
But
I don't know,
I've
man.
always I've never done it, but I've always wanted to, and I just can't see myself doing it just because I'm. And it is maybe it's the discipline part about it.
Yeah.
The intermittent fasting, waiting so long to eat is I get fucking headaches.
Yeah.
I get angry. Like I'm a different person when I'm fucking hungry, and I think she knows it. And I don't know, dude. I've always wanted to try it though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's a lot of benefits to it, man,
yeah,
especially for men. There's a lot of benefits to it. For me, bro, it's like anything, right? They always say to change your routine or change habits, it takes about 2 weeks for it to really take course, for
yeah,
it to
yeah,
really start to take attraction. So for me too, bro, it's hard. Like I was starting to get headaches. I was starting to do this. Um, Started doing it. Started getting better at it. Started off at 6 hours, progressed to 8 hours, progressed to 12 hours, progressed to 16 hours. There's even been times my wife, you know, she's gonna be the week before we went to Cancun last year.
hmm
Every day I was doing 20-hour fast every day because I wanted to
crazy.
make sure I was like that was just a personal goal. I want to look good when I was gonna go outside,
Peak
take my
form,
shirt off, you
peak
know,
form.
peak form, you know. So we went
Yeah,
out there, and my wife was telling me every day, like, she goes, "Man, you look great." For me, that was everything. For my wife to tell me, like, I look
yeah,
good, right? So, um, I've done it before. I can. It's just discipline.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
just putting yourself there. The way I do it, man, is I make sure like in my mind, I'm like, you know, man, sometimes if I get hungry or whatever, there's little things I can do. Zero Coke Zero, Dr. Pepper Zero, all those zero things are my friends. Water with lime with a little bit of
yeah.
no salt in it, those are my friends. Just sometimes what I have to do is like, look, there's a goal in mind, right? I always look at the picture of myself. I'm like, I don't want to,
Yeah.
I don't want to go back to that, dude. Like ever again, I don't want to do that. So yeah, for me, bro, that's a big kicker is that discipline.
Well, it's fucking working. It's definitely
Appreciate it,
fucking
man.
working. Let me ask you one of these questions so I don't feel like this is a fucking waste. Uh,
Go ahead, bro. Go
no,
ahead.
I know we talked about it last time. But you creating a platform, you starting a podcast,
Mhm.
your initial influence on that, what would you say was?
Man, I think for me, starting a podcast, this is our 4th year going in, right?
Congrats.
I
Yeah.
appreciate it, dude. I know a lot of people see where we're at right now, but it takes time. I mean, you know that firsthand. That's why I applaud you as well, give you your flowers as well. I've seen where you've come from as well. But I think for me, like when I started watching podcasts and whatnot, I already had been following Joe Rogan for a while when he was
Hmm.
flip flopping and changing things around and how he was doing his stuff. Um, then also too, my brothers had a big influence on it as well. Because I know beforehand, nobody really knows this, right? But obviously, you see it, right? I can be funny at times. I can
Hmm.
be a comedian if you want to say. But initially, my way to get into what I'm doing now, I originally wanted to do like be like a TikToker, be like make funny videos, do this, do that. It wasn't until my brothers were like, you talk a lot, you know,
Way too
way
much.
too much, and they're like, you should start a
Yeah.
podcast. You should just do it. They kept daring me and telling me you need to do it. You talk about it. If you're gonna talk about it, be about it. So there's one day, my wife was, I don't know where she was at. I went to Best Buy,
Hmm.
bought a mic. Within like 3 hours of contemplating if I'm gonna do it or not, recorded my first 4 episodes, but didn't release it till the following December,
Whole year.
a whole year, because I was
Yeah.
worried about what are people gonna say.
So this was 2020 or
This was
2021?
2020.
2020. Okay.
2021 is when I finally released some episodes out. Um, but I think for me, bro, seeing like different people um, making it, and I'm like, okay, I have some attributes that I think people would like. Maybe, maybe it would work.
Yep.
You know, and I think at first everybody like they're trying to be like everybody else. That was me, right? I would record. I didn't like it, erase the whole thing, start all over again. But I was like that dude, bad, real
Yeah.
bad. It wasn't until I had a good buddy of mine, shout out to Miguel Mendez. We had him on, and it was just like this, perfect flow. Um, Still to this day, like this was 3 years ago. It's like the most listened to episode, 30 minutes. Most listened because I was very flowy. I wasn't robotic. I
Yeah. Yeah.
wasn't nothing. After that, my brother's like, what you did there, that's what you need to do every episode. Stop consciously thinking about, no, cut it out. Let's do it. People want to hear those things. They don't want to hear something, they rehearsed it.
Like a script or something.
Script,
Yeah.
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 I think for me, that's what it was like. Seeing everybody's platform, seeing where they're at. And I'm like, you know what? I have some attributes that I know that maybe somebody else would like. I had a lot of people, man. And this
Mhm.
is not to knock on myself, right? And make my ego. I had some people like, hey, bro, are you on YouTube? You're not on YouTube? I'm like, no, I'm not on YouTube. I just put little stuff here and there on Facebook or whatever the case is. Like, hey, do you got to get on YouTube, bro? You're
Wait, wait,
funny.
wait. So you weren't even on. Where were you releasing it? Just Instagram and Facebook?
Instagram and Facebook. That's it.
But what were you releasing? Just like videos, short
Just
videos?
videos, short videos. That's it. If you go back, bro, I deleted all of them.
Well, I can't.
I deleted all of them. And then I think
Yeah.
what I did is like 2 weeks later, like I released audio because before it used to be Anchor.
That's crazy.
And I just released
Yeah,
them
yeah.
all at one time.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
I did not. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you a question, and it was about so your brother Gil. Shout out to Gil.
Yeah.
He's and I'm not. And you mentioned somebody earlier, but I forgot who else was in. Who else was here yesterday, or who else was helping you out yesterday? But they've always been here. Every time the first initial reaction where we met at the Studio 125, he was there. I think he was, unless it was somebody else.
So just before you get more into it,
Yeah.
so my team consists of my brothers.
That's what I was. You said a
Yeah.
name earlier. Is that your brother as
So
well?
my brother, he goes by, his name is Joshua, but
Yeah.
we call him Chachis. So it's Chachis
Okay.
and Gil.
You told me that the last podcast
Yeah,
too.
so
Okay.
both my brothers are part of the team, Mothership Productions. And then we just recently got a new team member. Shout out to Steven. He's part of our team as well. He's our video editor as well. And then we
Mhm.
also have Isaiah Rodriguez, who's our photographer as well. Um, my little brother just graduated from SAC. Shout out
Nice.
to Heidel. Uh, he just graduated, so
He's
graphic
up.
designing. So he's
He's
gonna
up in
be next
line.
to jump in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So um, yeah, it's my brothers, bro. They've been day oneers, bro.
Yeah.
They're the ones who influenced me and helped me, and they're the ones who actually saw like, hey, bro, we're here to help you. We're your
Yeah.
brothers. Like we can help you. Um,
You answered my question already.
Yeah.
But I was gonna ask, what is like, how was that whole just experience been? Because that's in my eyes, that's a fucking. You just have so much support,
Yeah.
right? Just immediate family.
Yeah.
That's huge, man. Not a lot of people have that. So I'm assuming it's a good feeling. I'm assuming it's like good and bad conversations, whether
Yeah.
if it's
Yeah.
like criticism,
Yeah.
good criticism, bad criticism, whatever y'all talk about. But I think having that in your back pocket and it's very immediate is huge, very very huge. So I noticed that right off the back. He was there when I came last year, um, and just having that is just seeing that is
Yeah.
super dope. I wanted to ask too. Your you mentioned your wife a lot. How long have y'all been together? How long have y'all been married? I'm sorry.
So I've known my wife since I was if you want to see 14, 15 years old. Um, this year we're gonna celebrate 8 years at the end of this month in June. So I met my wife Denise. Shout out to my chiquita baby. I gotta let her know. You know what I mean?
Damn, about to get sexual.
We've no man, I love my wife, bro. We've I think everybody can agree, right?
Yeah.
Everybody goes through their ups and their downs, man. But I mean, for me, it's special because I grew up with my wife. Like I got to see her. Like we grew up together.
Yeah.
So we've been together longer than that. But this year we're gonna celebrate 8 years that we've been married. Um, my wife, she's a fan. She can't believe like how much, if you want to say much of a fan base we've grown, right? Because at first, she would understand like, okay, we would record at the house. She's like, who's here at the house?
Yeah.
Whatever. And she would just be in the room. And it's crazy, man. So shout out to my wife, man, because she's been a big supporter and supporting me in doing this. And I know she doesn't say it. Sometimes she does, sometimes she doesn't, but she doesn't have to say it because I know she is proud of me and being able to create the stuff that I create. But yeah, man, we've been together for 8 years. Longer than that, we've known each other. So yeah, this year we're gonna celebrate 8 years, bro. So yeah, I always mention my wife as
Yeah.
much as I can.
Because you'll get in trouble, right?
Well, the thing
Yeah.
is, I always mention, everybody that's on the Ginn podcast.
Yeah.
I go by, I always play around and say I'm Deloco, Papi Chulo, God sent, heaven, angel above. So I play around with my wife, I'll be like, I'm a Papi Chulo. You gotta be careful, but I'm your Papi Chulo. Don't worry about that, So yeah, I play around like that.
Yeah.
But it's just for me, just recognizing and honoring my wife, dude, because she's a big factor of my life, She blessed me with my beautiful daughter Camila. So
Yeah.
I gotta she's my one and goal, you know what I mean? Through thick and thin. She's
Yeah.
my girl, you know what I mean? So
You have one kid?
just
Just
one,
one?
yeah. Just one, Camila. Yeah.
Planning on having more?
Yeah, we do want to have
Yeah.
more, man. We really do. Of course it's all in God's timing, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? So we're really praying about it right now to see what God has for us. But as of right now, my daughter, she's got me wrapped around her finger. So I do whatever she asks.
How old is she?
She's 6.
Gotcha.
Yeah, she's 6 years old, man. So
If I feel like your whole family is involved in this platform
Oh,
because
yeah.
you recently had your mother on for
yeah, I
Mother's
just
Day.
had my mom, yeah.
Was that the first time?
Yeah, first time I ever had my mom.
How was that experience?
It was a good experience, man. We were actually going to bring my mom a year and a half ago for Mother's Day special, but we did not. My mom is like a super proud mom. I think anybody's
Yeah,
mom would
yeah.
be, right? She's always repping my merch. She's always talking about me at work. Would shout out to Chase Bank as well. There are some Deloco fans there in that Chase Bank because of my mom.
Yeah.
And they couldn't believe like, hey, I didn't know your son is, that guy, and it feels good to know that my mom is behind me. My dad too, he watches it from time to time. He laughs like at some of the stuff I say. He's like, he rolls his eyes, but it's like, you already know me. I'm the
Yeah.
Travieso son, the oldest. But man, having my mom, bro, it was an experience. Like it really was, because it made me feel special because I want my mom I want everybody to feel like that's why it makes me feel so special in having the platform that I have, because everybody's involved. My wife, my brothers, my mom, my dad. I mean, everybody. My sister-in-laws, brother-in-laws, everyone's repping my merch. Everybody. And people get asked, like, yeah, my brother-in-law, check out. Yeah, check him. For me, it feels good, man. And having my mom, it was a super special Mother's Day. I had a lot of great feedback.
Mm-hmm.
I know I had a lot of people like, okay, we know where you get some of your
Yeah.
characteristics from.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
from your mom. And it's like, yeah, man. I mean, it's my mom.
Makes
So
makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. I talked about this on a previous like solo episode. And shout out to you and RJ, because y'all are huge, not only in faith, but just courageous enough to put it actually
Yeah.
out on a platform,
Mhm.
on any platform.
Yeah.
Where, first and foremost, I know you've always been in faith, but where do you get that courage from to actually put it out on a platform where everybody can see it?
I think this is the first time I really talk about it. So you're gonna get some good stuff here.
Let's
man.
do it. Let's do it.
So if you do not know this, I mean, I mentioned it very, shortly when I had you on a year ago. But my family, we grew up in the church. My grandfather was a pastor for many years.
Mhm.
He was very bold in his faith. He would always tell us as little kids, like, you have to be bold in what you believe in. The minute that you aren't, it's like, are you really about it or you're not? And he gave me a perfect example. My grandfather, man, I miss him still to this day, right? He's, my grandfather's in heaven right now, and I really do miss him a lot because there was a lot of little things that, for many others, like, you were a kid, but those moments I'm not gonna forget. It could be the simplest of things, like we walk into McDonald's and he's talking about, you see how the people are wearing, it says an M. You already know what that means, right? Like, McDonald's. Okay, you gotta wear your heart on your sleeve, and people should know who you are without having to say anything. But sometimes you do have to say something so people can know, like, okay, I want to get to the point, bro, to where I walk into a room because he had that. And I want to get to that point where he walked into the room and he's like, hey, all right, hey, hold on. Stop talking like that, bro. I want to get to that point. The day and age that we live in, nobody really respects anything, to be honest.
Yeah, it's a little hard nowadays.
A little harder now, right?
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. That's a goal of mine because the day we live in, that's very hard to accomplish. But anywhere we would go with my grandfather, like as soon as he walked in, it was like, and it's not because of him, it's because of who he represented. And I think for me, seeing that and then seeing my father as well, my dad, man, he was like very adamant, like still to this day, man, very adamant, never be embarrassed to represent who Christ is, never be embarrassed about it. Always be bold, always be courageous. My mother too, man, my mom, I just had her. My mom is very courageous in her faith. She's not going to neglect it. So I think growing up with parents like that, grandparents, uncles and aunts who are in the faith as well, has really made me have that courage, right? And I've seen God's hand over my life, over my family. So why can't I be courageous enough to shine the light on him and put the focus on him? Because at the end of the day, bro, the platform that I have it's my platform, but he allows me to be able to have the platform that I have. So I'm going to give him all the glory and the honor that he deserves, because without him, I wouldn't have any of the stuff that I have right now.
Yeah. Real quick, guys, big shout out to our official sponsor, Chatterbox Studio. If you're a podcaster, content creator, or creative just looking for a personal space to level up your game, this is it. Located right in the heart of downtown San Antonio. It's actually right next to Maverick Park, but they've got everything from top tier audio equipment, production setups, got lighting, cameras, and really everything you need to create without any type of limits. Now, as you've seen in this podcast, I personally record here, and I really wouldn't go anywhere else. Definitely clean, reliable, and literally plug and play. Do yourself a favor, check them out on Instagram, SA Chatterbox, or their website, chatterboxstudio.com, and tell them the Ginn Podcast sent you. Makes a lot of sense, dude. I applaud you because it's, man, this is, I don't remember who was, I think it was RJ. Yeah, it was. People had posted something on Facebook, and there was a lot of people in his, I don't remember exactly what he posted, but there was a lot of people in his comments, and I'm just reading comments, and I'm like, one, I used to be that person. Negative. It was negative comments. One, I used to be that person. Two, I think, man, it sucks to say this, but man, I think sometimes people have to have bad shit happen to them for them to kind of realize. Because that's exactly what I say that because it's what happened to me.
Yeah.
And it's fucked that it has to be like that. But it could be the opposite.
Mhm.
It could be just everybody's on their own journey. You can accept it when
Yeah.
you're at that part in time of your life. But just seeing people like that, I'm like, fuck, dude, I used to be like that. Like, it's very, very disgusting and just like, man, I could never be like that anymore. But having that faith, having that just, just courage to put that out on platform,
Yeah.
I hope to be that point,
Yeah.
get to that point at a certain point in time in my life. So I appreciate all the posts you put on
Yeah, man.
your Instagram story. That's definitely, I look at every single one of them.
Yeah, I know, man.
I definitely appreciate all that. One thing I wanted to talk about is, are you from San Antonio?
Yeah, I'm from San
Okay.
Antonio. Yeah.
From San Antonio. Didn't know if you're from San Antonio or not. But you just have a lot of Latino and Mexican pride within your actual platform.
Yeah.
Where does that come from you? Like, how do you find that much pride within yourself or within your actual community to put it onto a platform?
I mean, for me, man, I have family from Mexico, right? Monterrey. I have people from Laredo.
Mhm.
So my wife's family is from Mexico as well. So something that people don't know is like I always said, like I want to make sure I marry somebody that's a Latina. I never wanted a güeritas or whatever. Like I always played around like that, and I ended up marrying one, right? And I think for me, like representing who I am, um, the thing is like my last name. Everybody, so to this day, everybody thinks my name is Deloco. That's my last name. That is not my last name.
Hilarious.
That is not my last name. My last name is De La Rosa. So there's not a lot of people who have
Yeah.
De La Rosa. So when people find out like I have De La Rosa, like, oh, you make the mazapan. I was like, no, that's no. I wish.
Oh, the little
Yeah,
no,
I wish. You know what I mean? I wish. I wish. I'll be
Hilarious.
getting some royalties
Yeah,
right now.
that's
But
hilarious.
I think for me, man, just
Oh,
taking
shit.
that and growing up, man. I mean, I'm just gonna be honest with you, bro. Growing up, like everybody, like it's crazy to think that like everybody's ethnicity, like growing up, is different, right? I mean, you have the African Americans, they have their background. The whites, they have their background growing up. We have ours. Like I grew up. That's why I love and I embrace it. Right, I grew up with menudo, grew up with tacos, grew up with everything like that. Just that culture. Um, really embracing it and not being embarrassed of that.
Yeah.
I think that's what really attracts. And then San Antonio is like 80% Latinos, or even more than that now. I mean, we've grown to what is it, a million people here that are living
Mhm.
here in San Antonio. So I think me embracing that, it has really helped me. And then also too having Tex-Mex, kind of Chicano, right? My grandfather, Miguel Salinas, he's very Chicano. So that's big here in San Antonio. So I think us captivating that audience and now kind of us mixing it, with everything, it works. Like it really does
Yeah,
work.
it definitely does.
It really works.
You talking and going over the things, I think I did not grow up like that. I was, um, my mother and my dad, they know Spanish. I don't know Spanish.
Oh man.
I mean, I can understand it a little bit,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I,
yeah.
I just don't. One, I mean, can put the blame on my mom, right, for
Yeah,
never teaching
yeah,
me.
yeah.
But it's one of those things where I'm older now and I can learn for
Yeah.
myself. So I never had that. And then yeah, just a coconut, bro.
Yeah.
Just a fucking coconut, dude. Fucking brown on the outside, white on the inside.
on the
Like
inside.
just I didn't really grow up like that. Obviously, I'm not from San Antonio. I'm from Corpus, but I grew up here, and it was to a point where I enjoy a lot of the Mexican culture. I enjoy a lot of the food, the just
Mhm.
the whole thing that the Hispanic and Mexican things bring into our community. It's so fucking dope. I just feel like a fucking coconut. So
Yeah.
I feel not worthy of like
Oh.
putting on and representing. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
it's
I
just
get
not one
you.
of those things.
Yeah, I get you.
That's where I'm coming from. And it was until you had that whole explanation of what you just said, it just started clicking in my head. Like that's not me,
Yeah.
but I can see where what's coming from. And you really, in my opinion, captivated the whole fucking audience.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people on your platform, whether if it's you're interviewing them, whether if it's them commenting or them just interacting with them.
Yeah.
It's you can see it for sure. You can definitely see it. And I mean, I'm sure they appreciate you more than you
Yeah, I
know, dude.
appreciate that, man.
I wanted to ask one question because it's you're definitely a lively person. Or I said it off air. You made a video the other day where you're wearing some mask with
Yeah.
the I don't even know what is he a meteorologist?
He's a meteorologist.
Okay, there we
So
go.
shout out to Bill Taylor.
Okay.
He's a meteorologist here for Kins 5 here in
Yeah.
San Antonio.
Yeah, I've watched him for years. He's been on the news for years.
He's gonna hit 35 years this year.
Insane, dude.
Crazy, man.
Did he? This is so off topic and not my question, but did he like stop for a little bit and then go back, or am I tripping?
So if I'm not mistaken, he did.
Okay.
And came back. But I think that was for personal reasons. I think so.
Okay.
But yeah, you're on it. Yeah.
There's another dude too. This is totally off track too. This is another dude. He was a sports guy. Getting his name? No, he wasn't. Ernie. His name is Ernie, but he's just like not a regular, but he's just like a news anchor.
He's on Case at 12.
Oh, okay, so different.
Yeah, it's different. That's a different.
Yeah, they got territories.
Yeah, they got territories. Dude. Yeah, they got territories. But Kins 5 did get Isis Romero. Because Isis Romero, when she first came to San Antonio, she was with KSAT. And something happened, which
contracts negotiated.
Isis got to come over. I just said that last night. I reached he's gonna help me try to get Isis Romero here because I want. It's been a couple of years now. I think she can spill the beans a little bit.
Oh yeah.
And it's good, right? It's good.
Everybody likes that.
Everybody loves that. You know what I mean? Is it anybody's business? No, but she was like the face of KSAT 12 for quite some time. So even Bill acknowledged, like when they signed her, like people were like, dude, we can't believe, because she's like on it, bro. I got the privilege to go to Kins 5 to go visit. They took me backstage. They took me everywhere. Got to see how they do it, teleprompters. I saw how they do it. They either have a little switch in their hand that you can't see.
Damn, spilling all the secrets right now, dude. Damn.
Or they have a little foot pedal. Depending on who it is, the guy already knows, like, who is it? Oh, TC's now. She wants the pedal. Like right away, they know. Like, oh no, put the pedal. Don't the pedal.
Yeah.
And there she is. She's pushing the pedal, and you can adjust it. And it goes fast, and it goes slow, fast and slow. It's super cool, bro. Super cool.
But I wanted to ask you because you put out a lot of content, and you're being yourself.
Yeah.
And I fucking love that. I find it very, very hard to put content out like you, just because, man, dude, like even to this day, I get imposter syndrome. Even to this day, I still care about what people think. Even to this day, I've been on this journey of having a podcast for 5 years, and I still double think of what to actually fucking post. Like it's crazy, dude. But if you had to guess or think of a misconception that people think from the outside looking in have about you, what would you say it is?
I mean, I think the misconception here, and I think, man, dude, I really have to say, like, it's not me, right? It's God, right? I've had many people that have a misconception that that's just show. I'm being very honest right now. A lot of people, I've had several people come up where maybe it's like where I haven't met them to that level, personal level, where they're like, man, bro, you know what? You're actually genuine, dude. Like you're the same what I see and outside.
Yeah.
So I think for me, like me being who I am, like you either like me or you don't. My dad used to always tell me, and it's still stuck to my head, you're not gonna please everybody. So stop worrying about what little Jimmy or Pablo over here is thinking about you. If that's what you do, or that's who you are, it goes within faith as well. You're either with me or against me.
Yeah.
This is who I rep, and I'm gonna rep until I die. I'm telling you right now, even if it's till my final breath, I can care less. That's what I'm gonna do.
I think this is way off track from what you just said, but I think it's so important to have those father figures, those figures in your life to tell you that, because at least for me, I did not understand that until, dude, like 22, 23.
Yeah.
And this was ingrained in you, but this was ingrained in you when you were a kid.
Yeah, kid, man.
So I can imagine the type of stuff that happened between your kid all the way up to now.
Yeah.
Like it's constant.
Constant, bro.
And it's so fucking, people need that. People need that in their fucking lives. And I can tell that you can just tell from someone maturity, someone's just being on camera versus being off. You can tell who's who. And I think that's a huge part in the whole entertainment of producing content. I think it's huge. And I think a lot of people, I can see now how father figures and figures in general are huge. Just because you made a huge point. But yeah, dude, crazy times, man. I wanna end with this. And this is something that I've been struggling to actually get to a point. This is something I've been struggling to kind of figure out what it is, and if I'm even there. But if there's a moment in your journey that made you just be like, okay, this is it. I'm built for this. I can fucking do this. There's a moment for that you can think back. What would you say it'd be?
I think whenever I got to the point, because when I first started, bro, I never even thought I would be where I'm at right now. I mean, kudos to you. What episode is this right now? Like, I'm not even sure. What do you
Fuck, dude,
you
you're putting
already?
me on the
Well,
spot.
I'm just saying. You know what I mean? Like
Shit. Let's see. This is 114.
114.
114.
Yeah, dude. Kudos to you, dude. Kudos to you. The thing is that what people don't understand and know is that this has always been said. When somebody starts a podcast, if they don't go past 20 episodes, they ain't gonna make it. I think when I got to 30, I was like, okay, I could probably do this. I can continue on. I was so worried about, man, who am I gonna have? Who's gonna do this? Um, and man, I'm just being very open and very honest with you here on your platform. Like, there's not sometimes, every time. I always ask God, look, if you want me to continue to do what I'm doing, then let me do it. If not, just close the door and I'll understand. I've gotten to that point already to where if God just tells me, okay, episode 90,
Yeah.
you're done. I don't want you doing that no more. Okay, I won't do it no more. It got to the point to where this just recently happened. Recently. Where I had to really change the game of how I think, how I do things, and how I really had to, bro. Because man, I always say this to everybody: like, I don't see myself as because I'm not like I'm nobody. I'm just a vessel being used, and people are getting to find out who I am and find out who I represent. It wasn't until the moment when I had Joe Henry, right? You know, I'm a big wrestling fan.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
him to be on my platform and like nobody knows this before he came, like I was like going up and down, up and down, up and down. Super nervous, bro. Like if I just started. And I'm sure in my mind, like, yeah, I've never told anybody this. Going up and down, up and down. And my brother's like, bro, calm down. What's wrong with you, dude? What is wrong with you?
Yeah.
Going up and down, up and down. There's a back room back here. I literally had to stop in my tracks. Like, look at, please take away this anxiety I feel. Feeling this way. Why do I feel this way? Prayed like quickly, 5 minutes. As soon as I came, calm, collective. As soon as he walked in, Joe Henry comes in. He's like, hey, Gilbert. I was like, man, for somebody with that kind of caliber, of course, I know his manager was telling him, like, his name's Gilbert too when you walk in,
Yeah.
whatever. But for me to hear from his mouth,
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, we're going to do it. Like, because there's points, bro. Like, I mean, don't lie. Like, there's points where you're like, you get burnt out. You're like, I don't think I want to do it anymore. I'm ready. Like, that's it. But thankfully, God's allowed me to have we just shot episode 87.
Yeah.
So we're hoping, now I'm not hoping, I'm saying it right now. Once we get to episode 100, I want to do something very special here in San Antonio. So I got to hit up the boy Mozzie because I don't know how that dude, like he did the 100th, he did the shirts and then
Oh, yeah.
like, dude, he did it big. He did
Yeah.
it big, bro.
And I'm glad you brought it up because that's something you had text me and I just didn't get back to you. But that would be so fucking dope for us to have something going on.
Yeah.
Whether it's for your 100th episode or just something in general for
Yeah.
us to just collab on a
Yeah.
super event or I mean maybe a super podcast or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would bring so many communities together. That would bring a lot of fan base. That would bring that would be fucking huge.
Yeah, I'm really adamant, and I'm glad you're bringing it up because I'm really kind of pushing it off because I would love to have you guys for the 100th and we make something happen here in San Antonio. Whether that be like a small venue or something like that where people can come out. Um, I'm just saying it right because people are like, oh, how much are the tickets? I mean, we can come up with the price and then we can donate that to something
Yeah,
here in
yeah.
San Antonio. You know what I mean? I mean, we're here for the community. I'm here trying to do some stuff here for the community as well. But yeah, man, I'm really looking forward to it, bro. Like I really admire your work, Mozzie's work. Like I pick everything. Like I'm telling you right now, bro. Like I've watched you where you've been. Kudos to you, platform and the people that you have and that you've had on, and to see where those people are at. Like some of
Yeah.
these rappers that you had, it's like it's crazy, bro.
Yeah. I think man, I'm glad you brought that up because this was one of the things that I really wanted to do when I first started thinking of season 5 and how to actually make it different. That's how I started, like having artists and
Yeah.
rappers. And I want similar to Mozzie. I don't know if you ever seen Mozzie where he has just rap, just go onto his like platform
Yeah,
and
platform,
then
yeah.
just fucking rap bars.
Yeah,
I don't think I can do that, to a caliber that he's doing, but I think this is something I've always just envisioned. I really, really want to have just a separate um segment similar to when Joe Rogan has like UFC fighters on.
Oh
He
yeah.
has like it's different from his original
Yeah,
platform. He
yeah,
has
yeah.
like a UFC um number
Yeah.
system. But yeah, I definitely want to do that just to give back to that community because that's where I actually started. That's
Yeah.
who the people that actually came onto a platform and were giving me a chance because it was definitely both ways. That's where it started.
Yeah.
So it'd be fucking dope. I wanted this to be my first and final question before we get the fuck out of here
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I know you got shit to do. Your PR team, who and how and I asked this because some of the fucking like you just mentioned Joe Henry,
Yeah.
huge. WrestleMania, huge.
Yeah.
How in the world? How does that even come about? Like, what is it? DMs, emails?
So basically, what I do, man, is it's like these kids out there. How do they say it? Like I say, kids, right? I'm young still, right?
Yeah,
Whatever. But
yeah.
I shoot my shot. You know what I mean? If you
Okay,
want to
okay,
say
okay.
that, I literally just shoot a DM and see what happens. Like, we'll see what happens. But this is gonna be so. If you guys are watching, like, you guys are gonna get like an inside scoop to how I got Joe Henry. Like, it was literally, oh God. So I actually had the opportunity to actually do a dual podcast with
Mm,
PW Insider. So PW Insider Sports is huge. They do basketball, NFL, soccer, and wrestling and
yeah.
UFC. So one of the representatives reached out and reached out to the owner of Chatterbox. Said, "Hey, we need somebody charismatic. Who do you think we can?" But they gotta love wrestling. Call me right away. He's like, "Hey, bro, you need to call
Shit.
this dude
Yeah.
because they want to do something with you." I was like, "Okay." Called him, talked to him for an hour. Started feeling like they just wanted to get me so that way we can get a little bit of an inside scoop on. I won't say what wrestler, right? But because there was two wrestlers that I had on
Oh, previously.
previously, right?
Gotcha.
So they wanted to get an inside scoop from what I found out. Now this is not knocking on the company; it's probably that guy. But what ended up happening is like overnight, like within like 24 to 36 hours, I got a text saying and asking me how come I canceled. I said, "What are you talking about?" Yeah,
At random.
random.
Okay.
Okay, owner of this, you know who I'm talking about. And I was like, "No." I called him right away. I was like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "Yeah, they just got off the phone with me and told me that you said you're not going to do it after all because
Yeah.
they can't do it." So I was like, "What?" And I never said that. So you know, I'm just saying his name. Shout out to Ernest. He actually helped me in this form of, look, I'm gonna talk to this guy and then I'm gonna shoot him over and tell him, look, this guy never said that. Call him. He's a genuine dude. Like, let's do it. I was on the phone for about an hour and a half with PR. He was asking who I am, where are you from, what are your questions, what do you want to do? And I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. When he asked me the questions, they were off the top of the knot. Had nothing
That's
written
dope,
down,
dude.
nothing.
Yeah.
So what I literally was doing while I was on the phone was writing those. When I'm spitting it, writing it, writing it, writing it. He goes, okay, I trust you. Once I heard him say I trust you, I was like, okay, I had like a side of like relief, like, okay, it's gonna go through. The minute that you go off of what you just told me, we're out. Okay, I understand. Totally understand. I appreciate it, sir. You will not be disappointed. Within the hour, created a Google Docs,
Yeah.
shot it over to my brothers, told them, how does this look? They're like, yeah, bro, that's pretty good. Send it. Send it to him. He's like, wow, okay, yeah, you are ready. I was like, yeah, I'm ready.
Let's fucking
Let's
do it.
do it.
Yeah.
It was okay. When can we do it? I was like, you tell me. I'm ready for it. Like, all right, let's do it Wednesday. This is on a Sunday. Let's do it Wednesday. Okay, let's do it Wednesday.
So that upcoming Wednesday.
That upcoming Wednesday.
Short
Let's
notice.
do it. I'm
Yeah.
down. Took the day off from work, got here extra early, started setting everything up, was going over everything. Um, and I really had to go over everything because it wasn't like right now, like
Yeah.
you gotta go over what you said you're gonna ask. So I kind of went over a little bit with my brothers. Then my brothers are like, hey, look, when we give you this signal, you got 5 minutes. We gotta look and we gotta be top notch right now. I was like, okay. They walked in. We did both wrestlers. We had 2 wrestlers back to back
Yeah, I seen that.
episodes. Finished on time. Did everything we said we were gonna do. Felt so good because that PR is like, here's my number. Future reference. I was like, okay, perfect. Also, too, shout out to him. We went outside, gave me some tickets for the wrestling. Also apologized to me as well. And told me, hey, I didn't know who you were, but now I know who you are. And for me, like it felt good to be able to have that opportunity because he's like, who you represent? Like, I see it. You wear it on your sleeve, so I respect it. So for me, man, it's like shooting the DM and
Yeah.
let's see if it works. Like, let's
Yeah,
see
yeah.
if it works, man.
I think that's how I first started off. I'm now transitioning to email. So like if someone shoots me a DM, I'll shoot them, hey, contact my email. Or what I've been doing is just going from my personal page, like, yo, this is what I have. This is what we can talk about. And then shoot it over, see what happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's crazy how it all worked out.
Yeah.
How it wasn't supposed to work out
Yeah, it
originally.
wasn't, yeah.
And then it came into fruition.
Yeah.
Incredible, bro. Shit, dude. Anything you want to fucking say? Anything you want to plug? Anything you want to, just mention before we head up out of here?
I mean, I think there is one thing I'll mention, and I think it's only right to say it because you asked me about being Latino, being everything, and I'm not gonna neglect it. I talked about it very shortly yesterday. I posted something today as well. Um, just talking about everything that's going on right now, right? You got ICE everywhere. They're everywhere, right? But it's besides the point. There's a lot of different things going on in this world right now that, you know, besides ICE, we got rumors of wars. We got, I mean, all kinds of things, nation against nation. The economy's going down. And then now this on top of that, right? So I totally understand. Like we're each and every single one of you feel, worried, you're afraid, angry, overwhelmed. I totally understand that. And being a Latino, I said this yesterday, and I'm gonna say it here because I haven't talked about it. And I just barely posted about it today. Does it hurt me being Mexican American? Yes, it does hurt me, right? But what can I do in this situation? Being a faith believer, all I can do is trust in God that He's gonna take care of this situation. That's all I can do. Um, Basic is trusting God throughout the chaos. Prayer is huge right now. Like we really need people to pray, like during this time of chaos. You wouldn't know the amount of power prayer has when you do it. I know you know this firsthand. You went through hell and back, my friend. And I know I told you this, and it's a perfect example of God gave you a second chance. And God is a God of second chances. And He's a God of mercy and God of grace. And I'm just here to remind everybody, I say this every single time. I feel like Mr. Rogers right at the end of every episode.
Yeah.
I say it, but it's with good intentions. Is that um, is I encourage you to seek after the Lord, right? Find Him. He wants your heart. Are your situations going to be any easier? They're probably not, but He can help you, guide you, get through those situations. He's not going to let you dodge it because people have a misconception of that. God's just going to remove it completely. Sometimes He gives you the strength to get through it. Uh, that's the biggest thing, to get through that situation, whether that be you're going through depression, whether that be you're going through a certain situation, death, whatever it may be. He helps you get through it. And through Him, your faith begins to get stronger. You begin to get closer to Him as well. And your mindset starts to become to where you're not relying on your own, you're relying on Him and trusting in Him to really take care of the situation. So it's just, I want to remind everybody that God loves you. Dios te ama. Like He's really here for you. He's not against you. He really does love you and has great plans for you. And again, I'm gonna represent Him till the day I die, till my final breath. And if it gets to the point to where persecution comes, because His word says there will be persecution, and there's already persecution happening, by all means, do what you need to do. But I know where I'm gonna end up.
Yeah. And I think I'll end with this. Before we head out, I was fully, now I realize that after that situation in the hospital, it was trust.
Yeah.
A lot of issues growing up, a lot of trust issues growing up. And I think having that, just that boundary, just that, putting my guard down
Yeah.
and having trust within not only him, but just with trust within family, friends. That was my main thing. I can clearly say it now, but another thing I wanted to mention too is I as well don't feel I can do anything other than be helpful and create awareness. I think that's what why people I feel are frustrated is that they're seeing huge influencers not saying nothing that
Yeah.
are from that Latino and
Yeah.
Hispanic and Mexican culture. And we were coming over here just having a conversation, me and her, and I think it's now deleted, but I think U.S. Border and Custom Immigration posted that they're going to be at um, a FIFA match
FIFA match. Yeah.
tomorrow, and
Yeah.
I was just like in fucking sane. But yeah, man, I will. Yeah, definitely gonna figure out something that we can do for the future. If you're still listening right now, I appreciate you. We definitely have to get out of here. One of the cameras turned off. Luckily, it's just me talking on this part. But yeah, if you're still watching right now, subscribe to the channel. I'm gonna put all his handles. It's Deloco podcast. He got some merch. Got some good things going on right now. So do me a huge favor, follow him, and yeah, we'll see you on the next time, guys. Peace.